Clouds so swift, the rain won't lift. Gate won't close, the railings froze. Get your mind off of wintertime. You ain't going nowhere. Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Whoa, whoa, are we gonna fly down in my easy chair? I was down in Fort Worth visiting your dad, and you two boys were sitting on either side of your dad while he sat in his easy chair. And you guys were just having a ball being next to your dad, giving him hugs and stuff like that. And that was the evening I decided that someday I want to be a dad just like him. Your dad meant a lot to me, my best friend. And I will miss him a lot. And I do apologize that I'm not with you all today. But we've had a weather pattern that just wouldn't quit. So your mom tells me you want to hear a story about your dad. Well, there used to be three of us that ran around. Steve Stewart was the third person in our little group. And this particular evening, Steve and Richard wanted to have a party at my place, watch a little TV. And they went out and bought 2 cases of beer. And we stored them in the refrigerator. Now, I'm not a big beer drinker, okay? Maybe 2 would put me on the floor. But later in the evening, by the time, you know, your dad and our friend had drank their, what I would consider their share, they had placed me in charge to make sure that they didn't go out and get in their car and go driving. And I was in charge of making sure that they didn't get too hammered. So they were laying around on the couch, and they decided that they wanted to have one more. And I was of the opinion that you guys have had enough. I don't want you guys to get sick here. Anyway, so I was standing between the front room and the kitchen trying to block them from going and getting any more beer. And they would charge at me, and they would stumble, and they'd fall back, and they'd charge at me. So it was apparent to me that I wasn't going to be able to hold them back. And for some stupid reason, I decided, well, I'll just scare them. And I reached up and picked up my pistol. It was an old cowboy-type pistol, 22 caliber. And I had broke the hammer that when you cocked it, it would say it stayed cocked. But because of Clint Eastwood's movie, I've been trying to fan it, and I broke the cocking mechanism. So I had to hold the hammer back when I would pull the hammer back, and release it because I didn't have to pull the trigger. Well, about that last charge, I had the gun in my hand, and you guys, you're not going to get any more beer. Come on, go sit down. Come on, let's. And they charged at me one more time. And my thumb slipped off the hammer. And the gun went off. And about the same time the gun went off, Steve falls back on the couch. Now your dad and I thought he was shot. Wasn't sure. So we rushed to his side and started opening his shirt, looking over his chest, trying to find out where the bullet entered. If he was, Come to find out, Steve had just passed out. So after we discovered that probably Steve was passed out and not shot, your dad got sober real quick and said, I got to go home. And out the door he went, leaving me with Steve. And I spent the rest of the night trying to find out where that dang bullet went to. Your dad was a very important person in my life. He taught me a lot about myself and things that I needed to take into consideration about people. He was my first genuine friend, and I love him very much, and I love all of you very much. And I do apologize for not being there today. Now I got a little song to try to wrap this up with. I think Richard would like it. I'll do my best to get all the way through it. Just always remember that I love your dad very much. Love you all. God bless all of you. And I will always remember your father. Goodbye now.